Welcome back, everybody. It's 48 after the hour, and we're going to go to our phone lines and get Anna Diaz on the line from the NORML Women's Alliance, also a former winner of, well, I should say a winner of, you're not the former winner, you're still a winner of, the Pauline Sabin Award. Anna, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Rose?
A little goofy, I think, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, well.
It's late in the day, right?
That's right. You're allowed.
We are calling because we have got a great fundraiser that we're covering this Saturday at Blues Brews, and I just want to give you a chance to tell people all about it, why this is so important.
Okay. Well, it's going to be, like you said, at Blues Brews in North Portland. The exact address is 8409 North Lombard Street, and the zip code is 97203 in case you want to put it into your MapQuest or your phone navigation so that you can get up there. And the reason we're doing this is my good friend, Lori Duckworth, from Medford, Oregon, has been in charge of a safe access point in the Medford area for 5 years, where they've been helping patients all that time. And they got raided on May 23rd. And she and her husband and two other people, David Bond and Michael Shano, from two other safe access points, also got raided that same day. It was clearly political because they did it the day before a furlough day and left them to languish in the jail until Tuesday. And the initial bond to get them out was $550,000, which seems absurd to me. So the original judge recused himself because of his prejudice against medical marijuana patients and the program.
Really?
And when they got a new judge...
In that case with him recusing himself, what's the reason? Does anyone know what cases he was on that...
I'm not really sure. I don't know all the details about that. I just know that he did do that.
That's wild.
Probably Paul Loney or Lee Berger, who are the Duckworth attorneys, would have more information about why he did that. I'm just glad he did.
Yeah,
because
really.
after they put the new judge on, the bail was reduced to $5,000 instead of $550,000. And eventually they removed the no contact order that they had put in place, that the Duckworths weren't allowed to be in the same room, in the same house. They've been married for over 20 years, and they've never been apart more than a weekend. And they ended up, because of this no contact order, they were separated for 25 days. It's the longest they'd ever been apart.
Wow. At
a time when they probably needed each other more than ever. So I can't even imagine what that must have been like for them.
No kidding. Now, what are the charges that they're fighting and they're fundraising to fight?
They are fighting 22 counts, 11 apiece, I guess, of selling marijuana within 1,000 feet of a school. Because what happened is a private school moved in to 1,000 feet away from them after they'd already been in doing what they do for 3 years. So 2 years ago, this private school moved in, which I don't understand why the zoning people would allow that to happen, but that's what's happening there. And, of course, the defense is going to be big. It's going to be expensive, and they're going to lose a lot of time, and they're going to need help. They need our help. So I'm not one to sit around and just say, "Gee, these people need some help." I did what I do. I decided to throw a party.
There we go.
So, we had a lot of success with the Brave Michaela fundraiser that we did down at the World Famous Cannabis Cafe, and the cannabis community has rallied just like it did for that event. And we're going to be having a silent auction, and we're going to be having a raffle, and the World Famous Cannabis Cafe has set up a jar on the bar there that they've already collected $200 towards the defense fund too. And I understand that you're going to be joining us and streaming live at the event.
Yeah, we're going to come down there, stream live. We'll figure a way to get some online donations flowing as well.
I think that's going to be so exciting. And I know Randy Plew, the owner of Plew's Brews, who was kind enough to donate the space to us, is really excited to meet you. He's like, oh, I can't wait.
Well, we're going to have a good time.
I think it's going to be a really fun event.
Yep, we're going to have a good time. Me and Herb will be down there.
He's donating $1 a beer.
Oh, $1 a beer? Well, I'll definitely
so designated driver, and come on.
Hell yeah. All right, and of course it's Portland, so you can designate a bus to drive you, man. We got a great bus system. Let's talk about the entertainment that you've got. Lots of great acts that'll be here for people to donate.
Yes, and I'm really excited about that. All the musicians are donating their time, which I'm so grateful to them all. Cascadia Rising and DJ Brain Food are two acts that performed at Plew's Brews for the Measure 80 fundraiser we had there, and they're returning to perform for us again. And then also the band Get Down Jones and the Libra Twins, who also have performed for us at prior fundraisers, are going to be there. And then the highlight of the evening for me is my good friends J-Mac and Big Dub are going to be performing also. So we're going to have a really wide variety of music, some folk music to start the evening, some funky soul and blues, and then some hip-hop from J-Mac and Big Dub. And we're closing out the night with a little bit of trance and a little bit of electronic dance music. So
this is going to be a fun time. We're going to start at 7 o'clock Pacific time. Any idea how late we'll run?
2 a.m.
Oh, I don't know. I'm awfully old. I don't know if I can stay up that late.
You'll always be younger than me, Russ.
I guess that's true. All right. So we will be bringing you the streaming coverage here at 420radio.org. Make sure you check that out.
Yes. And also we're going to have a tent set up or an area set up special for OMMP patients to medicate out of public view. So
excellent.
So we can accommodate everybody. So OMMP people can bring their non-OMMP people. The beer drinkers can bring their OMMP people. And we can all get together and have a really good time and help our family to the south.
Yeah, and this is so great that we're all banding together to help each other out. You know, I feel like in the last, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years, the Oregon statewide cannabis community has really, banded together and, figured out ways to work together on things. And I think it's leading to such great things like these recent 2 bills that just are about to get signed. We're going to have misdemeanor. Right. The misdemeanor quarter pound of weed, quarter ounce of hash law, and we got the PTSD passed for the medical marijuana.
Right, and you don't lose your driver's license anymore. Right. I'm excited about that one.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Because you remember that guy a million years ago that we visited with named Joel? He lived out at Rockaway Beach, and he lost his driver's license even though he got busted for a joint and he wasn't even driving. Remember that?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't realize that was a law.
Yeah. Right, and I remember he was furious. So finally that's happening for him too. Also, it looks like the dispensary bill is going to pass too. So
great news.
That could be really, really helpful for Lori and the rest of the Southern Oregon 4 too, because if that passes, then their bust becomes moot.
Yeah, why are you prosecuting someone for something that is legal now? We saw, when Washington State passed its I-502, that prosecutors in a lot of those counties just dropped a lot of the cases that were no longer illegal because they said, how are we going to seat a jury to punish people for doing something that's now legal?
Right, and I believe it was in Colorado, they were even letting people out of prison who were in prison for marijuana offenses. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of that happen.
Yeah, we've got a good chance with the Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum coming out in support of that bill. I believe it's out of the House and on to the Senate, right?
Right, that's right.
Fantastic. And there's so many changes happening here in the state of Oregon, but of course that doesn't mean that we're going to rest on our laurels and let Vancouver, Washington take all our weed money. So what's happening with legalization? Got any news there?
Well, the last thing I saw about the House Bill 3371, which was yesterday, is that it looks like it's not going to make it through the entire process, but they're talking about referring it to the voters as a referendum in February of 2014. So that's not that far off, and if they do it in February, it'll be a small election, kind of like how the Ellen Rosenblum thing happened, which really gives the cannabis community an opportunity to win.
Right.
In my opinion. Because the less voters that turn out and the more stoners that turn out to vote, then we got them.
That's right. It's a numbers game, and we can win it. We will see you on Saturday at 7 o'clock at Clues Brews. Join us live at 420radio.org for the live stream. Anna Diaz, NORML Women's Alliance, World Famous Cannabis Cafe. You can look them up online. Thanks for joining us here on the Russ Belville Show.
Thanks, Russ.
All right, that's all the time we got here for Hour 1, but stay tuned for Hour 2. We got all sorts of interesting stories to cover, including the Dallas Cowboys player who, there's a development in his story as far as his vehicular intoxication.